All right, folks, how you doing? So I'm going to read part of the chapter from the book William Wallace, Robin Hood Revealed, the Treaty of Rutherglen and the Carlisle Plot. The English had decided it would be best to make a truce with Wallace, and so they asked Aymer Valence to negotiate the setting up of a meeting between the Scottish leader and the Chancellor of England, the Earl of Stanford. The day approached, and the great Chancellor and Valence went to keep the appointment. Wallace arrived with 50 of his men, all dressed in green. Each man carried a bow and a quiver of arrows, besides being armed with their long, sharp swords. Wallace had a priest offer up a mass in the kirk. He attended his devotions with a humble heart, and then he and his men approached the altar to receive Holy Communion. When he saw the traitor Aymer Valence, Wallace felt his anger rise. Wallace gave the Chancellor a stern look. This frightened Stanford and made him realize that it would be best not to upset Wallace by committing any outrage that could cause offense. Valence addressed Stanford. Just begin your speech. Wallace does not acknowledge Englishmen with the courtesy of a bow. He will hear you out, so I hope that you speak well. Do not worry, you have Wallace's word of safe conduct. He would not break a promise for all the wealth of England. The Chancellor offered Wallace's hand. Wallace stood still. He would not partake in any show of friendship to an English lord. Valence made comment. You understand, Wallace, this is a Lord Chancellor of England. It is the proper custom to shake his hand as a salute. I swear to God, such saluting as I reserve for Englishmen, he shall have whenever we next meet. Without my assurance, I wish he was right now, but for both your life and his broad lands, I will not go back on my word. I would rather have you at my will, without a pledge of safe conduct, so that I could reckon with you for all the false deeds you work in Scotland. Aye, this far more than a king's ransom in pure gold. But since I gave my word, I will let you be for now. Speak, Stanford, what do you desire of me? I have come to procure peace for our king by the authority of his great seal and his parliament. The lords barons of England have given their consent to any agreement reached in this place. We have too little amends when you remain in our land. Quit your claim on Scotland, and we will be satisfied. I have not the authority to make such a bargain. We will give you gold. If you refuse this, then we fail in our purpose. Then you waste your time. We ask no favours of gold from your kind. We can defeat you in war and take your gold as we please. The Chancellor was too choked to make reply. Wallace spoke again. Sir, we argue in vain. I will tell you what I propose, and I give no false promises. I will make peace with you for 1 year, not for my own benefit will I be bound to your seal, but for many poor folk who have been greatly oppressed. I shall honour such a peace until I am better advised. They agreed to Wallace's proposal without further debate, drawing up a treaty that all was to remain as it stood for the present. Englishmen were to remain in the towns and castles that they held for 1 more year. After sealing the peace treaty document with the Great Seal of England, they took their leave to go. Wallace rode to the west, to remain a while in that part of Scotland he loved most, yet his mind was unsettled. He dreaded the English would be deceitful. He gave the peace treaty to Sir Ranald to be kept in a place of safety, then returned with him to his dwelling in Crosby. So there you go. That's the exact quote from the book. Let me know what you think down below.